Hello, kindred friend. Have you ever realized a paradox? Your body has lain down, but your nervous system is still standing guard in the darkness. You lie there, yet your mind is still busy racing through anxious scenarios about health and children. Imagine the Zen masters of old. Despite their hard labor, they always maintained a strangely serene demeanor. Their secret did not lie in the daytime, but in how they entered the darkness. The masters understood one truth. We do not heal while working. We perform the greatest work of healing right at the fragile threshold between wakefulness and sleep. Modern science has confirmed the final minutes before sleep determine cellular regeneration. Yet most of us are destroying this process with phones and stress. The naked truth is, you are not sleeping to heal. You are only sleeping to survive. That is why, upon waking, your body still feels heavy and your spirit remains weary. Tonight, I want to pass on to you the 5-minute secret of the monks to activate the power of total biological recovery. Take a deep breath and begin the first minute with me. Why can monks heal while sleeping? Dear friend, contemplate a simple law of heaven and earth. A flower bud never uses force to bloom, and a river never strains to flow downstream. All the greatest life on this earth operates in a state of absolute surrender to nature. However, when facing sleep and healing, we often do the opposite. We treat sleep as a task to be completed, and when we cannot sleep, we exert more effort, trying harder, using our will to force the body into dreams. But the secret that monks have understood for thousands of years is this. Sleep is not an achievement of effort, but a result of letting go. Look deep into the silent mechanism within you. Our body possesses an incredibly sophisticated biological wisdom. Your nervous system is like a diligent gatekeeper. If that gatekeeper feels there is still a threat, be it a financial worry, a resentment toward a loved one, or a fear of illness, it will never allow the healing armies to begin their work. It will keep you in a state of alert, consuming reserve energy, just to stand guard in the dark night. Kindred friend, etch this truth into your heart. Healing begins the moment the body believes it is safe. When you try to sleep, you are unintentionally sending a signal of insecurity to the brain. You are telling your nervous system, something is wrong. I must fix it now. That very effort is the fuel that maintains the survival state. The monks do not try to do anything. They simply perform rituals to send the most accurate physical signals, informing the nervous system. The war is over. The danger has passed. Now is the time of grace. Modern science calls this the shift from the sympathetic nervous system to the parasympathetic nervous system. When the vagus nerve, the cable of peace running through your body, is activated, a wave of relaxation spreads to every cell. The heart rate slows, blood pressure stabilizes, and most importantly, the brain flings open the door to regeneration mode. In that state of sacred surrender, the body automatically performs miracles that no medicine can. It repairs damaged DNA strands, flushes toxins from neurons, and clears blocked energy flows. Tonight, I invite you to stop being an architect trying to build sleep. Become a leisurely traveler, courageously dropping all luggage outside the threshold and letting yourself melt into the tolerance of the night. These next 5 minutes are how we establish an absolute atmosphere of safety, so that healing is no longer a distant wish, but a reality present in your very veins. Take a gentle breath to let this surrender begin to sink deep into your consciousness. We will enter the first minute right now. The first minute, the command of safety through the exhale. Let your body now sink deeply into the support of the mattress, like a falling leaf embraced by the forgiving earth. At this very moment, I invite you to perform the most intimate and sincere gesture toward yourself. Gently place a hand on your lower abdomen. Feel the warmth from your palm softly penetrating your clothes, like a gentle greeting sent to the vital center of your body. In this first minute, there is a supreme rule that monks always keep. Absolutely do not try to control the rhythm of your breath. Throughout a lifetime, we have become too tired of controlling, arranging, and mastering every situation. Tonight, right on this bed, please allow yourself to stop being a stressed commander. Let the breath be as free as it naturally is. Do not force it to be deep. Do not make it be slow. Simply be a tolerant observer, feeling the natural rising and falling occurring right under your palm. You may find your breath right now is shallow, short, or still lingering with the haste of a long day. All of it is accepted. All of it is okay. And then, very softly, I invite you to make the subtlest adjustment. Every time you begin to breathe out, actively prolong that breath a little more. Imagine you are breathing a sigh of relief after dropping a 1,000-pound burden following a long, arduous journey. Just make the exhale slightly longer than the inhale, as leisurely and smoothly as possible. Dear friend, this act of prolonging the exhale is not just a meditation technique, but a biological code to communicate directly with your nervous system. Modern science explains that when you prolong your exhale, you are directly activating the vagus nerve, the largest cable of peace connecting the brain to the internal organs. Etch this mantra into your heart. Your exhale is the body's ancient signal that danger has ended. In the language of the nervous system, the inhale represents alertness, charging energy to be ready for battle. Conversely, a long exhale is the most authentic evidence that you are in a completely safe space. When you slow down your exhale, you are sending a definitive ceasefire command to the anxious brain. You are telling every cell, there are no more wild beasts chasing us. All the world's affairs have paused outside that window. Now, we are allowed to rest. Listen, and feel the miraculous feedback of your body at this moment. When the safety command is issued, you will see your shoulders, once tensed by responsibilities, suddenly drop and soften. Your jaw, which might have been clenched with worries, now automatically releases, loosening the space for relaxation. Your heart rate begins to slow, rhythmic, and steady like a temple bell in the quiet of night. A wave of warmth begins to spread from the palm on your abdomen, through every blood vessel, soothing and calming every tension nesting in your muscles. You are no longer a soldier standing guard in the dark night. You are beginning to melt into the tolerance of the darkness, where the greatest healing is silently starting its work. Let your exhale continue to be prolonged, leisurely and serene, for you are truly protected, right here and right now. The second minute, releasing the body from the mind's control. Imagine your mind right now like a gentle beam of moonlight, leisurely strolling across a still lake. After using the breath to send a message of peace, I now invite you into the second minute, the minute of non-interfering presence. Throughout the long day, your brain has played the role of a diligent but anxious manager. We constantly command the body, stand up straight, hurt less, work faster. Even when lying down, we still silently use our will to supervise our body parts. Yet, in Zen wisdom, this very supervision is the invisible chain keeping the nervous system on alert. Now, I invite you on a leisurely journey of observation through yourself. Start from the top of the head. Softly spread your attention to the forehead, the eyes, then the shoulders. Let awareness flow like a cool stream through the chest, along the spine, spreading to the arms and down to the tips of your toes. The most important thing in this second minute is Only observe. Absolutely do not fix. If you notice an area of the body that is aching, do not try to use your will to make the pain go away. If you feel your shoulders are still slightly tensed, do not rush to command them to relax. When you begin to analyze or find ways to fix a sensation, your analytical brain is immediately triggered and the deep recovery mode is interrupted. Kindred friend, remember this truth deeply. The body heals best when it is no longer being supervised. Why is this? Because when you stop playing supervisor, you are performing an act of liberation for the nervous system. You are informing the brain, everything is fine right now. Nothing needs adjustment. Nothing needs defense. When your controlling ego withdraws, the body's natural wisdom, a physician 1,000 times more sophisticated than science, is truly empowered to operate. Tonight, you do not need to be a skilled doctor to heal yourself. You only need to be a tolerant friend, standing by and quietly observing your body with all compassion. Let the areas of pain and tension be present without being judged. This sacred permission will create a vast space where every fracture finds its way back to healing, and every blockage finds its way to dissolve. You are learning to trust your own biological rhythm again. Let the light of awareness wander leisurely like that, without desire or calculation. You are simply there, witnessing life soothing and regenerating itself in the heart of the quiet night. The third minute. Closing the mind surveillance system. Do you realize that even when the body is completely still and the breath has become smooth, there still seems to be an invisible gatekeeper silently awake inside your head? After releasing the body from control, I now invite you to take a subtler step in this third minute, completely dismantling the mind surveillance system. Look at your mindset right now. Are you lying there, eyes closed, but your heart still stealthily opening a third eye to watch over yourself? You silently ask, "Am I sleepy yet? Is this technique actually working? Or, why can I still hear the ticking of the clock after 10 minutes? This very surveillance, once again, is the chain keeping you at the shore of wakefulness. In the deep wisdom of the monks, there is a beautiful metaphor. Sleep is like a shy animal sheltering in the deep forest. It will never appear if it feels there is an eye lurking, watching its every step. The more you try to search for sleep, the further you chase it away. Only when you completely ignore its presence, when you stop caring whether you are awake or asleep, does that shy creature softly leave the bushes and quietly alight on your eyelashes. The naked truth your nervous system wants to convey is, the act of supervising is what prevents sleep. When you ask the question, "Am I asleep yet?" your brain is forced to perform an analytical operation to answer. That operation requires cortical alertness, and so you unintentionally flip the light switch while searching for the dark. Tonight, I invite you to let the inner supervisor retire early. Tell it, the work of tonight is finished. You don't need to report the healing results to me anymore. You are allowed to vanish. Let your mind become undetermined. Don't try to remember the breath. Don't try to check if the shoulders are soft. Be like a leisurely traveler sitting by a stream, watching the water flow past without intending to count the ripples. When you stop watching the moment you drift off, you are performing the greatest act of surrender. Let this gentle darkness swallow every last curiosity of reason. You do not need to know when sleep arrives. You only need to know that right now, you are safe to know nothing at all. In this sacred not knowing, the boundaries of the ego will gradually blur, giving way to a pure state where the body and the universe become one. Let yourself drift like that, without purpose, without an observer, only the absolute silence of a soul that has truly let go. The sacred ritual of renunciation. Dear friend, there is an invisible burden most of us unintentionally bring to bed every night, even when we have put away our phones and closed our eyes. It is the burden of roles and responsibilities. After releasing the body and calming the mind's surveillance system, I invite you into the fourth minute, the minute of sacred renunciation. This is the most important step to move you from sleeping to survive to sleeping to regenerate. Look at your identity right now. Are you lying there as a parent worrying about children? A grandparent anxious about a grandchild's health? Or someone carrying the unfinished plans of yesterday? In Zen wisdom, you cannot truly rest while still carrying the whole world on your thin shoulders. Whisper to yourself a liberating mantra. In the next few hours, I have absolutely no problems to solve. Let this sentence soak into every cell, feeling its weight lifting every stone pressing on your chest. Please understand, this is not avoidance or laziness. This is a command of wisdom. Neuroscience has proven that if you haven't declared the work session closed, the brain will continuously run threat simulation scenarios in the subconscious. These hidden engines silently consume all reserve energy, making you wake up in utter exhaustion despite having slept enough. Now, perform a gentle visualization. Consider your roles as head of a family, as a patient, or as someone facing difficulties like old and heavy coats. With every exhale, softly shed a layer. You are not your job, not your worries, and certainly not the pains of your age. In this sacred space, you are simply pure, nameless, and free life. Etch this truth into your heart. Healing begins when responsibility temporarily ends. When you courageously perform this renunciation, you are giving the nervous system a passport into the land of absolute recovery. You are telling the brain, the war has truly ended. There are no more problems to settle. No one else needs saving right now. Now, the whole universe will carry everything for you. Feel the weightlessness spreading from your shoulders to your soul. You are becoming larger than all your problems. You are loosening the final tie to the world to prepare for the most primal return. Let the mantra, I have nothing left to solve, soothe you, bringing you into a state of absolute emptiness. Tonight, the world out there will run according to its own rhythm, while you have the right to become a quiet life, protected and loved in boundless stillness. The final secret, the disappearance of the ego. Kindred friend, we have traveled together through soothing the nervous system, releasing the body, and shedding earthly roles. Now, you stand at the final threshold, the deepest and most mysterious part of sleep. I call this the minute of sacred dissolving. Why is it that the more we strive to sleep, the more awake we become? Why does peace elude us more, the more we crave it? It is because the moment you say, I want to sleep, you have unintentionally erected a barrier. That I, with all its will, desire, and control, is the final obstacle separating you from the ocean of rest. In the deep wisdom of the monks, sleep is not a state you enter, but a state that happens when you are no longer there to prevent it. I invite you to contemplate a beautiful metaphor. Imagine yourself as a dry yellow leaf, softly leaving the branch and falling onto a still lake in the quiet night. The leaf does not struggle to float, nor does it strain to sink. It has no plan, no destination, and absolutely no will to control the water. It simply entrusts its small being to gravity and the lake's tolerance. When the leaf touches the water, the boundary between leaf and lake blurs until they become one. True sleep operates in that rhythm. Tonight, I invite you to take the boldest step of consciousness. Let the one trying to sleep disappear. Etch this truth into your heart. Sleep arrives when the one trying to sleep disappears. When you stop being the one practicing the ritual, or the one waiting for healing, you touch the purest state of life. This is the ultimate secret monks use to regenerate energy. They do not sleep as individuals. They melt into the silence of the universe. Do not fear the unknown. Don't worry when you feel your awareness start to dim and the boundaries of your body gradually dissolve into the night. This disappearance is not an end, but a return. It is the moment you return control to the great innate nature within the entity that knows how to heal every cell without any direction from your intellect. Let yourself be like a drop of water returning to the ocean, like warmth blending into the void. Right now, there is no you, no sleep, only a quiet, vast, and graceful presence. You don't need to do anything more. Just let yourself fall, melt, and disappear in the absolute tolerance of creation. This 5th minute has no end, for it is the bridge that takes you into the wordless realm, where the most miraculous healing begins to sprout in the sacred darkness. The biggest mistake blocking healing. Dear friend, after we have gone through that sacred journey of dissolving, there is still a black hole that can silently swallow all your efforts. I call it the impatience for healing. We often enter sleep with a hidden contract in mind. I spend 5 minutes practicing, so tomorrow morning my body must feel lighter. This pain must vanish. This craving for results is the final barrier that prevents your nervous system from ever truly resting. Look back at your mindset. Are you still secretly opening a third eye, even while your eyes are closed to watch over yourself? You ask, is this technique working? Have I seen any signs of recovery yet? I want you to etch this ultimate truth, one that can completely change how you talk to yourself. The nervous system cannot heal under observation. Why is this? Look into the silent psychological mechanism within you. When you observe for results, your mind is in a state of evaluation and judgment. In the brain's language, evaluation means the problem is not yet solved. When the problem is not yet solved, the brain keeps the nerves alert to be ready for processing. You are unintentionally turning your bed into a stressful laboratory where you play both the anxious patient and the eager doctor waiting for a miracle. The detached monks understand that recovery is an automatic process of the parasympathetic nervous system, a territory where our will has no right to interfere. It is like planting a seed. If you dig up the soil every hour to see if roots have grown, you will only have a dying sprout. The seed only germinates in absolute silence and darkness, undisturbed by the light of observation. Healing is the same. It is a grace of nature, not a commodity you can bargain for with effort. Tonight, fire your inner supervisor. Don't try to measure. Don't look for magical signals. Understand that your body is an incredibly intelligent biological entity. When you completely let go and stop observing, it will know exactly which neuron needs cleansing and which muscle fiber needs loosening. Let recovery take place in sacred uncertainty. Don't wait for anything tomorrow, because the very moment you no longer expect results is when results begin to sprout most strongly. Keep yourself secure in the state of not knowing, for in the world of healing, total surrender is the most divine medicine. The art of letting thoughts pass, the sky nature. When all external sounds have completely died down and your room sinks into absolute silence, another theater suddenly becomes more active than ever, the theater of the mind. Have you ever noticed that as soon as the body is ready to rest, thoughts about the past, health worries, or premonitions about tomorrow begin to dance frantically? We often feel helpless. Then irritation arises, and we try to force the mind to be silent. Yet, kindred friend, Zen wisdom teaches, the act of fighting with thoughts is the fuel that makes them burn more fiercely. I want to give you a very tolerant truth right now. Having thoughts is entirely natural. Your mind was created to think, just as eyes were made to see and ears to hear. When an idea arises, it is not a sign of failure in practice, but proof that life is operating within you. Our biggest mistake is not having thoughts, but embodying them, mistakenly thinking they are who we are. Contemplate the greatest metaphor of consciousness. Your thoughts are like clouds drifting across the sky, while your true nature is the vast blue sky behind them. Clouds can take the shape of gray fear or pure white joy. They can be as frantic as a storm or as lingering as autumn mist. Yet, look closely. The sky never tries to hold the clouds, nor does it try to push them away. The sky is not polluted by dark clouds, nor made proud by white ones. It is simply open, silent, and lets every weather pattern pass freely through its territory. When a thought of regret appears, don't grab it to analyze, and don't be angry with yourself for thinking. Simply note, a cloud of worry is visiting. Then let it drift away on its own with your exhale. Don't try to empty the mind, simply expand your space of awareness. When you stand firm as the sky, the clouds of thought lose their power to make you suffer. They come and must go, for the nature of clouds is impermanent, while the nature of the sky is eternal. True healing requires absolute self-compassion. Every time you realize your mind has wandered into a dark scenario, please do not use criticism to push yourself. Smile and gently invite attention back to the rising and falling of your breath, like leading a lost child back home. No violence, no compulsion. A gentle return is enough to dissolve all inner pressure. Tonight, allow yourself to be the vastest and most serene sky. Let all worries and unfinished plans drift freely into the void. You don't need to resolve any thoughts right now. Let them pass, leisurely and quietly, for you know that beneath those bustling clouds, your original peace is always there, whole and never harmed. Morning integration. When dawn breaks. Imagine the first moment when you open your eyes to greet a new day, when the early sunbeams softly seep through the curtains and birds begin to bustle outside the quiet space. At that moment of transition, I invite you to adopt a completely new attitude, non-judgment toward the results of last night. Most of us have the habit of waking up and immediately using reason to analyze and dissect. How many hours did I sleep last night? Why do I still feel a bit tired this morning? Is this ritual actually effective? Dear friend, this hurried evaluation is the fuel that recreates the tension you worked hard to let go of throughout the night. When you analyze, you unintentionally put the nervous system back into threat mode, where every sleep becomes a health test instead of a grace. In the monk's wisdom, true recovery operates by a silent law. Etch this soothing affirmation into your heart. Healing is invisible while it is happening. Imagine a seed germinating under the dark soil. You cannot see the roots digging deep, or the green sprout reaching up millimeter by millimeter, but that process is happening intensely and precisely. Your body is the same. There are nights when healing does not manifest as an immediate feeling of refreshment the next morning. Sometimes, feeling slightly sluggish or heavy is a sign that your body just underwent a deep cellular house cleaning, filtering out accumulated neuronal toxins. Therefore, from tomorrow morning, do not label your sleep as success or failure. Spend a moment just to smile and be grateful for surviving the journey of the night. Don't wait for every pain to disappear before feeling okay. Learn to trust your body's wisdom absolutely. Healing is a climate you cultivate every night, not a loud event that can be measured immediately. When you stop watching for the result, you create the vastest space for the miracle to manifest. Step into the new day with faith that, whether you feel it or not, the life within you is being most brilliantly regenerated in your surrender. Let the stillness of last night guide every step of yours today. Kindred friend, let the shared words settle quietly, like golden dust falling to the bottom of a still lake. Before we say goodbye so you can truly enter the realm of dreams, I hope you carry one last idea. True sleep is not an achievement for you to strive to conquer, nor a mountain you must strain to climb. Sleep, in fact, is a return. It is the journey where you shed the dusty coat of roles and responsibilities to return to your primal nature, where you are nurtured and protected by the absolute tolerance of creation. If this conversation has brought even a little lightness to your heart, I invite you to make a sacred vow to your own body. Write in the comments the mantra, "I allow my body to heal." This is not just a line of text, but a seed of peace you plant in your consciousness. The final safety command, helping every cell of yours begin its greatest reconstruction tonight. Don't forget to click subscribe so we can continue to accompany each other on the journey of mindfulness. May you have a serene night, a dreamless sleep, and a brilliant rebirth in the morning joy. Thank you for your trust. Goodbye, and sleep well.